Okay. Um, well, let's get started here. We are celebrating what I hope is a fixed computer by by not playing anything that's going to stress it. We're going to play Tabletop Simulator. Doesn't care what your CPU temperatures are. We're playing Magic Realm. We're playing a 12 victory point sprint. Let's take a look at the big scores here. So the characters we have playing tonight are the Pilgrim. That's our last place. The Black Knight, who is in third from last. The Elf's in the middle of the pack, and the Sorcerer is sort of in that top quartile there. So we've got characters from all over the scoreboard playing tonight, and we're hoping to see. I mean, let's face it, we're hoping to see the Pilgrim not die. It's sort of where we're at, right? Like this is what we've been reduced to. Is the Pilgrim not dying? That's what we're going to celebrate. So the Pilgrim not dying, and you know, and then we'll see what else happens. So he could get a few points tonight and get him up in the overall standings. Excuse me. So that took only 2 minutes after being on the mic. I for a while I was doing that every single time on the mic. Every time on the mic I would yawn. First 2 minutes in, done. There's just something about it. Then I stopped, and now I'm back to doing it. I don't know what it is actually. It's probably some health condition that you're gonna die, and I cured myself somehow, and now I'm back. I don't know, but I have read that that's not uncommon. For people to yawn on mic. I don't know what that is. So I got coffee. I got some hot water. I got some black cherry sparkling water, which, you know, so we're going to get to it. So let's talk about our characters real quick and then get into it. So first we have the Pilgrim. He's in our number 1 slot. His quests are Herbalist, Envoy, and Spider Slayer. Now I took Envoy because he's going to start at an allied place, so I figured he could immediately go and trade with someone else, and that would give him Envoy. Herbalist, the reason I took Herbalist is because on the way to said other place, he would have to stop in at least 2 woods. Because to get to wherever he's going to go, he does have to sort of meander through a lot of ways. Like he has to go into the deep woods here, Lindenwood, Borderland, Dark Valley, and then through the Dark Valley to Evil Valley, and that will get him to the soldiers. That's going to be a little bit of a long haul, but he'll cover some ground and hopefully find something of interest there. And maybe he gets herbalism too, right? And then herbalist isn't going to do him too much. I probably would take an extra move with the Pilgrim or an extra rest, but extra move is always good. So, and then just yawny, just tired, and then Spider Slayer. For his spells, now we've given him 2 spells this time. You might go, why? Well, because I think we just want to give him a little bit more spell casting oomph. I took Small Blessing and Control Bats, and we'll see how that goes. I'm going to cast Small Blessing first day, so I didn't flip any chits. We'll have to flip them after the fact. Second character is the Black Knight. The Black Knight has Deep Diver, Thief, and Lost Pouch. Thief, he's going to do at the Guard. And that's going to be a little bit of a haul for him. I think he has to go what? He has to go up into the ruins? Where does he go? Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, it's this map looked good at the first, but there is sort of a weird clunky vibe to it. You'll see almost a division sort of along that road there, that path. And so him getting to the guard, he's got to do, well, this one is not too bad because he's just going to go this way through the high pass into the oak woods and then into the guard, and he will steal something from the guard. I thought thief for the Black Knight was very fitting. It's role playing. Hopefully he gets lost pouch for the guard too, and he'll just rip that shit open and just take the money. Deep diver I kept momentarily, but that's the diciest one of his three. So done. Next we have the elf. The elf has navigator, woodwork, and gambler. Gambler is first day. He's going to pop that and gamble. Navigator, he's going to have to find this anyway, so that's one of his three that he'll have to find, his three secret paths. Then he heads probably to the deep woods and finds the other two. Done. For his spells, I changed this up. I did take Peace with Nature because I feel that's just really good for the elf. But I also took Fleet Foot. And the idea is that I could be, although it turns out I'm nowhere near any of these, so weird, but keep that in mind. But then I could be mountain guy, kind of. Like, right, I could go, say I could get up to here, cast Fleet Foot, and then just move up into the crag so easily. And I feel that a lot of characters avoid the crag. They avoid, going high up into the mountain because, it's a little rough. It's a little dangerous. I have a little blister there from a burn that I got the other day. Little teeniest, the smallest burn. And I got a blister. And it's like this little teeny thing. It's ridiculous. But anyway. So if I could get here, that would be a good cast. If I could get to here, that wouldn't be a bad cast. Probably not the high pass. Just from where you are, you'd be in the caves casting, but yeah, looking at the map now, I'm not as thrilled with it, but maybe, right? I picked that spell before I knew where the end was. So there you go. And I took Peace with Nature, and we will cast that early. And then keep some gold magic around. The last but not least character is going to be the Sorcerer. The Sorcerer took Fiery Blast, Melt into Mist, and Dissolve Spell. And the reason I took Dissolve Spell is because there's two other characters on the board that could enchant. And there's really no reason for them not to find any purple spot, any cave or mountain tile, and enchant it to thwart the Sorcerer. So I took Dissolve Spell as sort of my backup there. But that does mean that I'm not really suited to kill big stuff like I would be normally. So that's where we're at. The events today are the riddle game, but we don't know where it is. The young guy. Oh my! Oh, I'm literally. I apologize. Whew, ridiculous. My sinuses are bothering me a little bit too, which is sort of helps a bit there. Makes me want to yawn more. And Bat Bounty. So we got a young knight. He's in the cave. We have the riddle game in one of the woods and a Bat Bounty. So that's where we're at. What are these strategies? Well, we talked about it. The Sorcerer, I think, needs one. We got Sudden Insight and Danger Sense. The main problem is no points on his cards, really, but there's one Locate Layer. But he should be using Danger Sense and Sudden Insight early, we hope. So to get rid of those, to get more cards in his hand. And I think that's it. Let's get started. So the Pilgrim's going to start. I mean, he will start with a. Do I want to start with a trade and just. Because I do need to get. If I want to get my boy, I do need to start with a ×1 higher. And that will give me a knight to travel around with, which would be awesome. It's a little bit of a hard sell, though. Let me trade once because I got to do envoy, so I'll put E1 there, and then 3 higher phases, and then we want to cast. Done. We should just remind ourselves. The Black Knight, again, always does better with a buddy. And he only rolls a single die, I believe, with all of his meeting rolls because he is so fearsome. I definitely think the Ruin and the High Pass are early on in the cards for him. But I do think that we're going to trade once just to see. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to roll to see which native group my lost pouch belongs to. So we do roll a big old D8 for any group. We get a 6. It's the wood folk. So the lost pouch is the wood folk. Do I care about the wood folk, really? No, I really don't. So I'm going to start with a quest phase. I'm going to start with a trade phase, and then 2 higher phases on my boys. Done. And that's it. That's what I got. The elf wants to end his day here today, for certain. So I think I'm going to, obviously we get an extra hide phase. I'm going to move into the woods. I will do a search, and I'll move back to the inn, and now I am done. And we might get, see if woodwork is going to be in that woods. And finally for the sorcerer, I mean, I think the sorcerer is going to definitely hide twice and move into the ruin and see what he can see. And he is done for the day. And that's it. And we're underway. You will see that we got gold, purple, white, and black. And gray magic is in our last week. So those are our magics. I love the randomizer, by the way. I think it's fun. Giants and Trolls first week. Let's see who we've got. Pilgrim is first. So the Pilgrim does want to trade with his boys. So we will move that close up there. Cloak of Mist, Flowers of Rest. Ugh. That's okay in the sense that it's definitely not the worst thing for the Pilgrim because he will cast at sunset. So he'll be able to cast and not fall asleep. The next day, though, he will lose the day if he casts here. I probably want that out. I will say though that Cloak of Mist is super nice to use. So we're gonna roll on the Cloak of Mist first thing. So 2 dice, we are allied, but I'm probably not gonna take it. We get price times 4. We're definitely not gonna take it. Now we need 3 hires, and we're looking for a 2 or a 1. So why don't we? Let's get really lucky here. Let's get a miracle. 2 price times 1. So we're gonna hire the order. And that's going to be order 3. And that's for $8. And we start with $10 now. We don't really start. We start with $10, but he uses 8 of it. And order 3 is going to come along. Whoa, I dragged order 2 along with me. It's not great. There we go. So that's a good buddy to have, by the way. And the Flowers of Rest are a little clunky, but such is life. Okay, Pilgrim is done. I don't think it's the chapel, so the Lancers are going to show. We don't dislike the Lancers, but they're not our best buds. The mouse wheel on this mouse is a little shitty. The elf is going to go here. He's going to. I need to make I need to make dice. We're looking for a 5 on Pier. That is clues. Come on, give me a 5. Nope, 3's not good. We get one more. No, and we didn't find anything. We did hide, so let's roll the hide. And we did. And then we move right back there, and we are done. And no one appears at the inn. It is now the sorcerer's turn. The sorcerer is hiding twice, and then moving into the ruin. Let's see. Yes, he does. And he goes here. He wants to cast, by the way, once we're done. Goblins and patter. So goblins, and more goblins. That's actually the tile for the sorcerer. If he wants to pump prowess, one fell fiery blast. What's up, Scott? Let's go. Oh, I'm weirdly rooting for the Pilgrim. I mean, it's not going to happen, but I'm rooting for him. And finally, the Black Knight. The Black Knight is going to quest, so he's going to burn this pouch open. So he is now unfriendly. He is unfriendly with the woodfolk. Not even White Knight Light. That is... but he does get 3d6 gold, so we're going to roll 2 dice up here. That is 10 gold plus... Oh, no, we're not rolling no 5. Come on. 2. That's too bad. 12. So he starts with 22 gold. That is a good... But he does lose a level of friendliness with the woodfolk. Tiny hut. He's going to place a visitor in a valley of our choice. And he's buddies with the crone. So we're going to go and we'll just do that right now so we don't forget. Yeah, and I suppose she's going to go here. So she lives there now. And I will leave that blank, so he'll turn that one over for later. And he trades with the rogues. So first thing now, we're going to trade with these boys. Horse wouldn't suck, actually. Ointment of Bite. That's actually not bad. That makes the Ointment of Bite's really good for the White Knight because it makes certain, like the Goblin fight, trivial. Or it makes the Goblin fight trivial. It makes these snake fights easier. Like there's a small class of fights, and they're typically with 3 moves. That, whereas this guy is dangerous a little bit to the Black Knight. Once he gets the Ointment of Bite, no longer dangerous to him. So we definitely could try a warhorse, or not a workhorse. Now, obviously, he'd rather have some big Horkin warhorse, but a workhorse is an extra move phase. That's sort of hard to beat. So I think we're gonna go, even though it's gonna cost us $1 billion. We are friendly with the rogues. We only roll a single die, so we could get it on price 2-3 or an opportunity. I probably we'll see. We'll see. 1 trade phase, and it's a 1 opportunity. We're gonna roll on I would love to get price times 1. And I'll tell you why. Because then I could buy that and still hire a bunch of dudes. Or at least 2 dudes. Whereas if I buy price times 2, I get nothing. I'm out of money. So we're going to go for it and hope to roll a 2 or a 1. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, a 3, it's price times 2. Oh, that sucks a little bit. I'm buying the workhorse. So we're going to buy this 11 gold workhorse. Man, this mouse, middle mouse button just sucks. I think that's the best one to buy, the 11 buck one for me. It's not good in a fight, but we're not going to activate this in a fight. We are literally just activating it to carry us around. I don't think there's any one that's faster either. I mean, there are ones that are faster. I just mean, yeah, like, no, nothing else is any better. So, done. I'm all in. So we've spent all the 22 bucks. So we're actually down to 0. But we get an extra move phase. So we need to make sure that we know all about that. So he is done. And I think that is the day. I don't think... nothing appears. No one appears here. The Lancers did appear up here. The Pilgrim does have to roll for the Lancers, because we're not super buddies with them. I don't know why the chapel lets them in. Okay, done. And the Elf's hidden, so I don't roll when you're hidden. And the Black Knight is friendly. All good. And that is it. And we have 2 higher phases that we're just going to pass with the Knight, because there's really not really much point. I have no money left once I buy that horse. So we do have a couple things left to do. I think we are still going to cast Small Blessing. I do think it's vaguely important to us. So we're going to fatigue. And we do need to roll on the wish table. How are you tonight, Scott? We're looking for a 6, of course. We get a 5, so we get health. All action chits are rested and return to play. This result automatically cancels the wither and ill health curses. Its strength is blah, blah, blah. Okay. We will cast again. We get 4 peace and combat ends. And done. So nothing happens. We don't get anything out of it. And tomorrow we've blown our day because the Flowers of Rest are here at the chapel. So we do have to at least pay a tiny bit of attention to that today. I'm going to flip this card. Sacrifice. Put that there. The elf is going to cast... Well, he's going to do 2 things. First thing, he's going to end his day at the inn of the house. He's going to place a bet, and he will place a bet of, let's say, $5. So that's going to put $5 on the table there. Let's see if he wins or loses his bet. 4. So actually, he wins 1 times his bet. So instead of losing $5, he ends up gaining $5. And so the elf has $15. Whereas the Black Knight has 0. The Pilgrim has 2. He also gets 1 VP. And he becomes friendly with the rogues. So he gets a card. And I know he's going to score 2 because of gold. Done. And the elf is going to take the early lead. Due to some good luck. I mean, we thought the Black Knight was going to have the good luck and get the early lead. But he squandered it to open the pouch. But that wasn't a terrible That's not a terrible decision. That extra move phase, he's literally going to get 27 phases throughout the game. So a whole other week plus for the Black Knight. The sorcerer here, he is going to cast Melt into Mist, and he is melted. Done. Oh, and then the elf is going to cast, finally, at the end of all of that, he is going to cast Peace with Nature. So he is at peace. That's going to put a little pressure on his type 3 chits because he does need a chit for Fleet Foot. He does need to be able to cast that. So he'll probably have 2 at all times flipped to gold when he can, and 1 not flipped to be ready to cast Fleet Foot. Done and done. The Pilgrim cast, done, and I think that's it for the day. On day 2, I mean, we already know what's going to happen to our poor Pilgrim. He's going to immediately... Now, I don't know, to be honest, whether you get to end of phase. I don't believe you do. I think it's, if you have any chits at all, it just immediately takes effect. There's no getting out of that clearing. So he already knows he's going to, I'm going to hide... I'm going to pretend I'm going to do something, but in reality, I'm going to be insta-blocked and just knocked unconscious by the Flowers of Rest. I'll get my 2 chits back, and then I really need to figure some crap out. It's not terrible to have a Flowers of Rest sitting somewhere. It sucks when that is also my white magic spot. So I'll have to rethink what I want to do. The Black Knight. So the Black Knight is ready to roll here, and we know he needs to make a big move. So he's going to go. He's going to hide and go 1, 2, 3. So hide first, extra move, and move to the ruin. And then he's going to have 1 more search phase ready to go. Done. And we know that, yeah, so, and now the elf. So does the crone have anything for him? Type 8 and type 5 spells. Not great. So no, nothing for him. And he needs, Black Knight is winning, right? No, it's the elf right now is in the early lead. The Black Knight did get a horse, though, so that's nice. I mean, the elf's going to end up the same place as the Black Knight. Extra hide phase, move to the ruin, and then search, because he has to find that path as well. We do need to roll Plant Your Flag for the elf. Let's see where the Elven Queen wants him to plant his flag. The Elven Queen wants him to plant his flag in the Deep Woods 1. That's fitting. That makes sense. So that's where the elf needs to get to. It's actually not bad to get there. So that's where he's going to head, and he is done there. And now finally our sorcerer. How are you, Raven? You got a whole like set of stuff today. Whole discussion. Very, very, very pleasant discussion. The sorcerer is going to make his way into the high pass. And now that the sorcerer has Meld into Mist cast, he doesn't really have to be too wary about where he goes. Done. So that's it. That's our day. Let's go and get day 2 on the books here. Yeah, I need a new mouse for this. So serpents and demons are up. And actually, I do. Well, we're going to have the elf do this anyway, but we do want to see what this is going to be also. So let's see who goes first here. The pilgrim's first again. The pilgrim immediately falls asleep because of the flowers of rest. So as soon as the pilgrim walks into this clearing with anything fatigued, he immediately falls asleep. Like Dorothy, done. He rests, that's good. But not great for him otherwise. The elf goes 1, 2, 3. The elf tries to hide. The elf is hidden. He gets one search phase, and he needs a 3, 2, or 1 to make that search phase happen. That is about a 25%, and he does get it. Eat a ubi cake online on your Friday night game trip. What is that? What is that? The elf, no, I'm afraid. No, the elf, green 1-5, so he has found what I consider to be one of the most important paths in the game, which is 1-5. The sorcerer just goes and moves right there, 1, 2, done. Stink, so trolls and the horde in 6. Someone has to find... No one has to find the horde. It's the lair. That's too bad. I thought for sure he was in a good way. Sorcerer is done, though. I don't think anything appears, right? No, it's Stink and the horde. And then here is Patter, so it's all goblins. The knight goes up here. He either is or isn't hidden. He is. Also, purple yam cake. What? Oh, gosh. Okay. And now we search. 1, 2, or 3. No, he does not find it. Nothing appears. I don't think we have any fights. I will go here. House and small campfire. So it's going to be day 3. I do want to get those flowers of rest so out of here. Now, the problem is there's no good place for them to go. This is, I'd almost have to ditch them. I don't even know where I've ditched them. That's the funny part. Has to be better than blackberry whiskey. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Oh, so what could appear? We could get trolls. We could get snakes. We could get wolves. The wolves would be the rough one. Everything else would be mostly okay for the pilgrim. The pilgrim is my worst character. It is a little bit of white magic, otherwise unarmored, sort of a medium fighter, and a staff and a crap weapon. So he's rough. He does have a knight buddy that's going to sort of carry him a little bit for a bit. And that's sort of what he's going to go with. So I think what we're going to do is we are going to... I think... Are we going to play it safe here for the early game? I think it is a little early to go nuts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one trade just in case I can buy this stupid flowers of rest to get them out of here. Then I'm going to do one hide and then move into the woods because I do need to see if I can get Herbalist popped. And that would be a dank W. In addition, there's an imp waiting to give me a riddle in one of the woods. And we got to find that guy. The Black Knight really could use to find this path here. That is his... Oh, no, he doesn't need to find the path. He doesn't really care about the path, does he? Oftentimes it's random. Otherwise, I go off of the giant scoreboard that I have, the accumulated scores, and I usually pick a couple from the bottom and a couple from the top, or I roll on this chart as a chart. But I do try to keep everybody equal in terms of games. That's the first number there. So these were all guys that had 3 games. So I think the Black Knight goes 1, 2. Oh, the Horde. He wouldn't mind the Horde though, but boy, he can't run from that dragon either. Is the problem? So I don't know that he doesn't just pass that Horde up. So he's going to go Elf, Druid, Dwarf, and whatever else. Maybe 1, 2, and 3 into the Oak Woods. I think that's where he goes. So he's going to go move, and extra move into the Oak Woods using his horse. Now, so the elf, well, he's found this path. So he's actually going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, he'll do his extra hide, even though it doesn't matter, because he's going to end up in a valley. Done. And the sorcerer. Huh. Yeah, leave sleeping dragons sleep. Yeah, sort of. The sorcerer is he's going to be the one that does not. So he's going to move to the Horde. And then he's going to search because he has sudden insight. So he will find it immediately. And that leaves him one of the best treasure sites, sort of alone. He's mostly safe. So it looks like day 3 is ready to rock here. Let's not roll a 1 for the sorcerer. 3. Ogres, wolves, goblins, octopi. Well, fireball is likely not going to kill the tremendous flying dragon. It's great here with all the goblins that will appear. Not so great elsewise. The elk goes 1, 2, 3, 4. He has an extra hide phase, but we don't need to worry about it because he's in the valley. He's done. The pilgrim goes, he's going to trade first for the Flowers of Rest. He's allied. He needs to roll a 2 or a 1, and if so, he gets to pick the Flowers of Rest up. I'm actually hoping he does. Now that looks like a 6. That looks like they want a lot of money for those flowers. He is not having it. He moves into the woods. He's going to try to hide. He needs anything but a 6. And he does get anything but a 6. He's hidden. What's in these woods? Dank. Well, is dank what he needs? It is. That's actually good. Perfect. That's a good thing. So he is in actually pretty good way to get his stuff going. And ooh, if I'm not mistaken, he also is going to encounter that guy. So that's very good for the pilgrim. And he is done for the day. Nothing appears because we rolled a 3. A 2 would have been serpents. That's where we're at. The knight goes 1, 2, 3, just right through. And he gets bones. Uh-oh, that could be rough. That could be mini disastrous. He's got these 2 boys showing up. 2 trolls appear. He's unhidden, so that's sucks a bit. Yeah, I don't have transform on this guy. If he ran into the dragon, he would mostly disappear. He would melt into mist. We're playing very defensive. on this sorcerer. But today we're going to go here. We are going to search. We're going to use our insight card. We have found the horde. Which is nice, because that means, even though, I mean, there's only 2 phases a day in caves, so that sucks. But it's a good 2 phases. He gets goblins in peril. Goblins in peril. Which means he's got to find goblins on the map. Done. I think that's it. I think that's the end of the day. I think the only guy who's run into anything is the knight, and the knight's got to sort of manage this. Oh, I mean, this isn't that hard of a fight. So these 2 guys are on his sheet because he's unhidden. So they are ready to fight him. Now, unfortunately, if he uses the horse, they're going to auto-hit the horse. Like, if this was against wolves, I would ride the horse into battle because they can't. The wolves can't kill the horse, the workhorse. The trolls can. The ogres can. They have big old clubs, even though they don't actually have a weapon range. That's weird, but that's just one of those things. But I can play a fight chit that is faster than both of these guys' movement, which allows me to ready my weapon. Done. So my weapon is ready. And now I can play almost anything. These guys are medium. You can tell by their chit size being so small. And I do have to play an H5 or better to keep them from hitting me. And we're going to go on this guy. No. We're going to bash him. This is not a fight we lose. It's just a fight that is clunkier than it needs to be. If we were hidden, we would win this terribly easily. We're not hidden. It's a little clunky. We'll fatigue maybe a bit. So let's see what we get here. So first thing is first. We just want a 1 or a 4 to make this easy. We get a 6. That is not great. That actually lines up poorly for us. And is the first guy going to flip? He does. The second guy, is he going to flip? He does not. So, round 1, our weapon is length 1. That is longer than their weapons. This guy hits this dude down here by undercutting him with our M3 attack. That's why we readied the mace. This guy is dead. The mace becomes unreadied. And our attack is done. This guy, unfortunately, hits us, destroys our shield, because that's a heavy attack coming through. Pretty much there was a 1/3 chance that guy was going to line up. And that's what happened. And so the shield is gone, destroyed. I put it up here to show that it's been destroyed, because he's going to be credited -7 gold at the end of the game for losing his stuff, unless he can replace that shield or with something else. So this smashes our shield. He does do a wound to us. Oh, God. Like I said, this mouse, middle mouse button, so we're going to wound our move M5 there. Now we have an unreadied weapon, which sort of sucks. But doesn't really matter. We're going to play, and we had to fatigue too, because we played 2 asterisks this past round. So we're going to either fatigue a fight or a move. We're going to fatigue a fight. Next round, we're going to play that. And we don't even... you cannot repair that shield. That shield is destroyed. It is gone. The ogre's attack is heavy enough that it shatters it. There is a wounded, so to speak, or a... like that. There is a damaged side. Oops. Sorry about that. There's a damaged... If it would take medium damage, it would become damaged as opposed to destroyed. But it did not take. It took heavy damage. So we're just going to go all out offense, hit first, and kill this guy. And this is pretty much an auto kill. We'll roll the dice just to do it. 2 makes him go down to the bottom. Does he flip? No. The M3 attack goes first. It is the fastest thing on the board. Round 1 is weapon length determines order. Round 2 and subsequent rounds, the speed determines the order. So we're the fastest attack. We undercut him by beating his move. Lower is better, remember. And he is killed. We do have to fatigue another fight because we played 2 asterisks. We will fatigue this other M4 for now. And yeah, we're going to need to rest a little bit to get our crap back. We get 6 prowess for killing 2 ogres. So, And we put that under notoriety on this sheet and on our scoreboard up here. We give him 6. Now he is going to score because he has the most prowess of anybody else. He gets 2 points. And the ogres go in the dead lake. So he is done. I believe the pilgrim has to resolve the riddle game. Anyone who ends a day here can try to solve the imp's riddles. You can fatigue any number of asterisks. You get a roll plus an additional roll for every 2 asterisks you spend. So let's see what he's got here. He's going to spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I tell you what I'm going to do. This is dumb. This is dumb. I am what I am, but no thanks. He's going to spend 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 asterisks. He's going to get 6 rolls. He's spending 10 asterisks and getting 6 rolls. He needs a 3, 2, or 1. He gets 10 of these. This is dumb, but you can probably, if you've played Magic Realm at all, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to immediately run back to the chapel, which has the Flowers of Rest, and those all come back if I go to sleep for a day. Done. So let's roll 10 times. We're looking for a 3, 2, or 1. That's 1, 2. Done. I didn't need to do all that. But we get the riddle game. So that doesn't suck. So we score the riddle game. That's 1 card. So the Pilgrim's the first to score a card. So he gets that done. And what else do we get with the riddle game? We get 1 VP and a small treasure. Done. We're going to take our VP and a small treasure. I'm going to put this up here. We're going to drag a deck of small treasures down here. Shuffle it, close our eyes, draw. It's going to be great. It is the good book. Literally the best, one of the best small treasures for the Pilgrim because he can learn all of those. Those are good spells for him. And that is the end of the day. All right. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to hide twice and move back to the chapel. And then I'm going to poof. I'm going to Flowers of Rest. All these will come back immediately. So that's not terrible. Now, what I didn't do is the herbalist crap. Ugh. Yeah, I don't want to do that yet. Okay, so I've jumped the gun the tiniest bit. Let me hide and search, hopefully trying to get this herbalist done too, so that I can score another point. Done. I don't. You don't know what spells there until you. So what we do is, so here's my decks. So I get 2 type 1s. So these are holy spells, and we get 2 type 7s, which are charms. And I forget what order they go in. Let me look here. The good book. 7, 7, 1, 1. So the ones are at the bottom, 7s are on the top. And we replace those with ours because our decks have more spells. So we don't know what spells these are until we start searching through the book. So yeah, so unfortunately we mistimed that a little bit. We probably should have searched for the herbs before we did the riddle game, given that no one else was going to do it. But a good start here for the pilgrim nonetheless. The record of fate here for the knight. Okay, the knight does want to rest a little bit. So I think he is going to hide twice, extra move, and move to the guard. That gives him a single phase where he will search, but he's actually trying to steal from the guard, who are his sworn enemy. And he's hiding twice because he doesn't want to get caught by them because they're a little dicey. So he is done. The elf is going to. Well, I mean, the elf wants to plant his flag. The elf has found one of 3. I should mark it. One of his 3 paths. So I think the elf is going to go up to. Oops, I put 2 down. It's pointless. I put a whole deck of these things down, presumably. Do I have where's my yeah, I do, okay. Like I was pulling rabbits out of a hat or something. The elf's gonna go up here. He's gonna plant his flag. And I really want to find this path. So, but I'd rather not draw monsters. Oh, wait, where is this? Is this is 1? Ugh, not the best, but okay, that's fine. I think I have a rough plan. So extra hide. We're gonna move to Deep Woods 1. I'm gonna do the quest phase because that will then complete the quest because there's no monsters there. I've planted my flag. As long as there are no monsters in that tile, I can plant the flag and get the quest point. At the end of the week, if that tile is still clear, I will get a reward. Then, though, I'm going to spell X and spell, and I'm going to flip the tile using this gold chit that I have. Because then the Deep Woods will be imbued with gold magic, and thus Peace with Nature will fire, and I will not summon unless there is a treasure site or a monster lair there. So the elf can move quietly through the Deep Wood. And I think that's probably a good way for him to go. The sorcerer, well, the sorcerer is going to loot the hoard. Done. For probably the better part of the rest of the week, he loots the hoard, hopefully finds a couple cool things, and then is done there. And how does he feel about the guard? He didn't like the guard either, Like, heck, him and the Black Knight ought to get together and just nuke the guard. All right. Let's see what day 4 holds. We're hoping no dragons for the... okay, and a dragon's going to show up, thus causing problems for our guy. That's too darn bad, actually. Pilgrim's First again. So the Pilgrim is going to hide. 2 dice he hides. And he does not hide, so he'd be stuck here. And he's looking for a 1, 2, or a 3 result in the woods. Nope, that's once. Twice, no, he doesn't get it. 3 times he does not get it. I don't think anything appears here on a 1. No, that's a 2. Done. The knight hides twice, moves into the guard. He needs no 6s. He gets no 6s. He moves here. He gets 1 search. He's looking for a 4 or a 1 to allow him to steal. He does not steal. He does not successfully steal anything. Done. Sorcerer is going to loot twice and then get jumped by the tremendous flying dragon. So let's loot twice and let's make these 2 really good loots, right? Let's make these loots chef kiss. Nope, the 6th treasure in the pile. The Elven Slippers. Now here's what sucks about the Elven Slippers. The sorcerer can't wear them. Too many carbs. He's medium, so he can't even wear the damn slippers. The elf wants the slippers. That's his first loot. Let's get back to it. Let's make this loot the absolute best loot we can be. He gets the 5th treasure in the pile. It's the Lucky Charm. Ooh, okay. You know what? That's sort of bitching. If active, while using a table, roll only 1 die. Very cool. Now the dragon appears, unfortunately. He wakes the dragon. Dragon's like, fee, fi, fo, fum. Wait, that's not my gig. See what you made me do, human. The elf he hides, I believe, right? He extra hides. So on a hide, if you recall, anything but a 6 is a success. 70% chance for anything but a 6. He goes up here. He performs the quest phase, which means we can put this down here to show that we've done it. So he is going to score plant flag. That's going to give him a point. So he's got that done. And I do like to put that usually on the side there so I can see it. So he's got a plant flag going. What else did he do there? He's going to burn this to flip this tile. But they're in 1. He's in 1. So let's just make sure we know that. Oops. And lock it, and he's in 1. The Deep Woods is one of the few tiles where everything moves around when you flip it. Then he flips these, and it's Bones and Slither. The good thing is, because he did a Peace with Nature, and this is now gold magic, neither of these draw. So he is safe here. So very good for him. He scores a point. That's his 2nd card, and it puts him in 4 points. So far, both of the other ones that I've done with these have literally been runaways by a single character in the first 2 weeks. So I wonder if that's going to be the same. We get Lucky Day, which means a reroll. Don't think anyone else has anything going on. I think we are done. The sorcerer needs to fight the dragon. Sorcerer cannot fight the dragon, really. Now, the funny thing is, he actually has a way better chance of fighting the dragon than he did just a moment ago. And I'll tell you why, because he rolls a single die on the missile table. He's as good an archer now as is the Woods Girl, except that he does L star 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 damage. So he actually does better damage right now with Fiery Blast. So, strangely enough, he has a better chance of killing. He kills that on a 1 or a 2 on a D6. So 1/3 chance of nuking that dragon. But the dragon's on his sheet, so this time he has to simply melt away. He is going to flee the clearing. He's going to flee this direction because he can, because he's been there more than a day. And this gives him sunlight phases tomorrow. So he's going to go here to get himself back ready to go, to then figure out what he wants to do for the subsequent days. We're writing day 5. The Pilgrim probably has to do pretty much the same thing. Actually, yeah, he probably... yes, he does. He does. He's got to rest because he's fatigued himself to death. So it's not a good scene. So, yeah. We do need to find the herbs, though. That would be great. And then he would move back and have scored a point, and he would be on his way to scoring 2 more points for spells. So he would be on his way to 4 points if he could just get this thing done here. The Black Knight is going to hide and search 3 times to try to get Thief done. The elf, having planted his flag, what's the elf's goal now? Oh, the riddle game is done. It's been solved. So I'm going to delete that shit. What's the elf's game now? The elf, oh, he wants to do Navigator. So he's got to find 2 more secret paths. That's actually fairly trivial in the deep woods. So another good thing for him. So he's going to hide. Doesn't have to, but he's going to. He's going to move to 4. He's going to search 3 times. And then probably use Lucky Day. And then finally, it is our mage's turn. Our sorcerer. So our sorcerer is going to move to the Oak Woods. He's going to move to 4. So move to the woods. He has to move to the woods because he fled. He is going to probably rest 2 times, and then I think he gets an extra spell phase. Yeah, so he's going to record his extra spell phase and his real spell phase, and he's going to pull back and get some more purple magic done. And he is ready to go, and we are all ready to go on day 5. I don't know if it's been sort of eventful, kind of, and more dragons today, huh? Who goes first? Looks like the Pilgrim's been first every darn time. The Pilgrim is hiding. He does. He is searching. So we're doing this. We got this. 1s, 2s, 3s. He gets it. So the Pilgrim now gets Herbalist over here. He now just needs to return to complete it. So that's that. He's done. Black Knight is hiding. Anything but a 6. He does get anything but a 6. He now searches 3 times. He needs a 4 or a 1. That's a 4. Done. The Black Knight is going to be a thief against his horrible, horrible enemy. End his day in a dwelling, and his phase in a dwelling. Do search phases while hidden until you get a discover result, which he did. Score 1 VP, so he scores thief. And he, like the cur he is, steals one of their treasures or items. So let's think real quick about what he might want. Does he want... So what I do is, you can either roll just like this and take a thing, or you can pick directly from their treasures. Like, you don't have to take... Because there's a lot of characters that never need these, right? Now, he could take more armor, or he could hope for some interesting treasure. I really think he's going to take a treasure. So we go 1 or 2, 1 or 2. We're taking the bottom one. It feels good. No, that wasn't great. It's not bad. The Ointment of Steel is essentially armor. So he could, put it on after, and it's not a great for him. He would be better off with more armor at that point. But he did score the point. That gives him his 3rd point, so good for him. And he gets another one of these. Spellmaster. That is not good for our guy. Done. And he doesn't have any money either. So, boy, he just does not want that one. Where is this spell tutor who's invited him specifically? Borderland 6. So there you go. That's where he has to go. So that is his day, and he is done. Does anything appear in the guardhouse? I don't think so. I think the company appear at the campfire and the inn. The elf goes here. He is going to hide. He doesn't, so he is unhidden. He searches 3 times. He needs a 1, 2, or a 3 to find both of those. That's 1, 2. Done. He finds both of these paths. He finds 4, 3 and 4, 6. Deep Woods Enchanted. And that's going to complete for him Navigator. So another card point for the elf. His 3rd already. He's up to 5 points. This is his first week. This is just like every other game that I've had with the sprints. It's almost like the Magic Realm gods are mocking me. He gets Troll Slayer now instead. And so, done. That's a point. He also gets to choose 3 more paths to have found. That's a good question. I think we're going to choose Caves 2, 3. Caves 2, 3. Mountain 6, 4, and Cliff 3, 3, 6. So Caves 2, 3. Caves 2, 3. Mountain 4, 6. And Cliff 3, 6. So that actually makes this little loop here. Long day at work. Was okay. My money is on unexpected pilgrim win. There you go. I think the elf right now is kicking it. And the elf has peace with nature, so nothing appears here right now. And now the sorcerer goes here. And he rests 2 chits. And flips that one for magic. And I do have to decide whether or not I'm going to joust that stupid dragon. It's a 1/3 chance, so it's not a good chance. It's not a good chance at all. Now, I do have to check. And give me one moment. If this were a video, I'd pause it. No. Neither of these is the Magic Realm. Just give me 1 minute. You tell you what, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to get my Magic Realm rules. I do need to look one thing up. Please stay put. I will be back in not a lot of time at all, actually. I think I know where the rules are. Crazy board. It is sort of crazy. It is. It is. That's embarrassing. I misplaced my Magic Realm. Oh, there it is. Okay. I misplaced it by placing it in the room I play Magic Realm. Well, fancy that. What I'm looking up, and I actually still should probably hit the restroom up, so I will do that. But I do want to look up the ambush rule. I do want to look up the ambush rule because the question is, can the sorcerer ambush and use, if he casts a spell on a single individual, including himself, he can roll for ambush. So there you go. I'll be back in a second. Let me just hit the restroom real quick. All right. And so the reason I looked that up was because the sorcerer could go in. He doesn't really even have to alert any chits, but he could go in hidden to this guy here, take 2 shots at him, maybe stay hidden, and then melt into mist when he needs to, when he finally becomes unhidden. 2 shots, And but he could alert and take 3 shots. Again, though, you have to stay hidden. So the key to that is 2 shots is 2/3 times 2/3 is 4/9. That would give him a 5/9 chance to kill the dragon. So 55.6% chance. Another 2/3 chance would be, let's see, 8/27 of not killing it. So 19/27 of killing it. So actually quite a good chance of taking him down with 3 shots. And then you'd be committing pretty much to looting the damn horde, right? You would just be like, yep, I'm looting the damn horde, probably for 2 or 3 more days, getting everything I can out of there, and then getting out of dodge. And by getting out of dodge, I have no idea what I just clicked. I clicked the lift height. By getting out of dodge, I probably mean going back to the inn and selling my ill-gotten gains and then figuring out sort of what else to do at that juncture. Because because the problem is you're just spending a lot of days here. I don't necessarily hate it, but he's the one with 0 points now because this is what he's doing. So he gets a lot of crap, but also then misses a lot of days. Or you have to move on and just give it up and go into the cliff and see what the hell is in the cliff. Those are sort of your choices. And the mountain, of course. So, okay. What do we got here? We're writing day 6, I believe. So day 6, the pilgrim is going to, I think he just moves back. He's going to hide twice and move to the chapel. He will get flowered. Not flowered as in bread, but flowered as in poppies. He will score herbalist. So that'll be his 2nd point. And then we will have to decide what the hell to do at that point. I don't know that there's more land to explore and find treasures. I mean, I always thought the Magic Realm map was big enough for what it does. I do like the fact that with 4 characters, you typically turn things over pretty fast. This map has a little bit of a weird shape to it, in that it either goes, you're either swirling around the ruin, or you were going where the sorcerer and the knight did, down this way. There's like two loops over on this side, on the eastern side, and then the western side is mostly just cut off. It's mostly where the elf and the pilgrim just have the run of this part of the map. So the pilgrim's going to go back. He's going to fall asleep. He's going to get all his chits back and ready to go. And then I don't think it's a terrible idea for him to learn a couple spells at that point. He can just pound that book, and as soon as he gets a spell, he's going to score a couple points because he'll be ahead in spells. And though you have a couple spellcasters, the sorcerer is not good at learning spells because the only dude with his spells doesn't like him. And there's no sites with those spells. So he has to find effectively 1 or 2 artifacts that have those spells. So he's not usually a learn more spells guy, typically. Unless a quest gives them to him. The elf can learn more spells, and that's often the altar is where he gets his type 3 spell. Um, so, but I would say if the pilgrim learns 2 spells, he wins spells. So that would be another 2 points for him. So I think he's going to go for that. And then at that point, he just needs to figure out what else to do. Now, the main problem the pilgrim has right now is he's hired the damn guy from the order and he's burned a week and he hasn't used him very well. It's been very eventful for him, which is great, but not good fighting, which is sort of what he would want to do. Now, if he learns the spells, like if he learned a bunch of spells, then he could then sell the book. Because once you learn them, they become yours, and you can cast them with your chits. The other thing, though, that's good is this is a chit that will cast these spells, and it's another type 1 chit, so he actually can cast. And that's nice. This is a nice artifact for our guy. So that's what he's going to do, though. The knight... what's the knight going to do? So now he is done. I don't want Spellmaster. I really don't. Now, having said that, I did end my day at the guardhouse. So technically, I would have drawn... Technically, I drew this when I scored Thief. So I'm going to turn it... I'm going to burn it. Oop. No, this isn't a D&D sorcerer. That's not where we're at. This isn't not. In fact, this sorcerer predated the D&D 5th sorcerer. So we do get locate the pool. Now, all of a sudden, Deep Diver and locate the pool start to make weird sense. So maybe we get to that. So maybe we're going to... Oops. No, he's elemental magic and transformation magic. That's what he gets. Type 4 and type 6. So we're going to move to the cliff. That'll be our extra move. We are going to hide before we do that. We are going to rest 3 times and be ready to go. Done. The elf, okay. So I don't love where the elf is in terms of his cards. It's not great. Trolls are in caves, though. So maybe we're going to go to Borderlands 2. Hide, move BL2. And well, I mean, we'll need 2 rests too, which sort of sucks. And actually, so we're not going to be... Maybe we won't do that. We'll just move. We'll rest twice. Spell X and spell. Can you make a copy of each chit and put it on their sheet? Sure. I will do that as I'm writing Witchmageddons. So he will actually prepare a gold magic to then move into the Borderlands. So that's what he's going to do. And then finally, the sorcerer. Put it right there. What is the sorcerer going to do? So this is where we need to make our big decision, right? Do you fight the dragon, get the 12 prowess, loot the horde out? Or do you just go, I need to move somewhere else and get moving because otherwise I'm going to spend all my time. I'm going to spend well into week 2 here. When what I really need is to locate that darn lair. But I could also have, I could also have probably 4 more treasures. Yeah, I could also have 4 more treasures. This is what looting a treasure site in the caves does for you, right? And we got the lucky charm. That's brilliant. But I'm gonna go. We're going in. We're going in. Right? We're going in. 100%. We're going in. So what we're gonna do is we're going to hide. We're going to move into the horde. We will use danger sense, and that is going to allow us to immediately alert this chit. And so we will have 3 possible attacks of the guy, of the dragon. So if we are lucky, we will kill the dragon. That's 12 prowess. That gives us 2 points immediately because we will be winning prowess. We will loot out the horde in the next couple days, theoretically finding 1 great treasure, let's say, for giggles. That'll give us great treasures. So we could score points like that also. And then we can come back and sell for gold. Done. So I think that's what we got. We got day 6 ready to go. The sorcerer is going to go for an aggressive stance here, which is rare for me with the sorcerer. Usually I play him defensive, but I think with that lucky charm, that's a fun thing to possibly do. So now we have 5 spiders. So that should be interesting. That's new. And the elf goes first, which is also new, by the way. So elf first. Dragon Chow was nice knowing you. It sort of was, right? It sort of was nice knowing. We're going to go here. And we're going to rest 2 chits. Chit and chit. And then flip one of them. Done. And because we are still in gold magic, we are not worried about any of the monster chits in that tile. Done. The Black Knight is going to move into the cliffs and rest 3 times. So hide once. He does. Into the cliffs. Rest 3 times to pull back all of his various bits that he utilized. Now I'm going to actually shift those around because these 2 M's are not usable. He needs the stabby points. Fortune favors the bold. Well, let's see if fortune favors the Black Knight. He gets ruins, so bats and patter 5. So a spider appears. Who's the spider slayer? The pilgrim is the spider slayer. Oh. Let me put, by the way, let me copy. So the Black Knight is done. The spider appears up there. Spider is a good kill for the Black Knight, typically, so he's definitely gonna take a shot there. Our pilgrim, copy, paste. Our pilgrim walks back. He's gonna hide twice. Basically, because I don't want to deal with the Lancers. So he hides, he walks here, he falls asleep immediately. Everything returns. I think I actually had these up top. 4, 6, and 3. These come back also. He is well rested. Herbalist pops. He gets to pick one of these. So I'm going to copy and paste this card. Shrink it down. No? Yeah, it's close enough. And I'm going to take the extra move, I think. Oh, the extra spell phase would be helpful because it would allow him to cast better out and about. Extra move just gives him 3 days and he would just move faster. Uh, we'll take the move. So what I usually do for that is I'm going to take that. Now we'll take 3 of these. And we will put them. I mean, we can remember. We're not quite at that stage of memory yet. But we get 3 extra moves. Done. So he got that. He got Herbalist. Herbalist is scored here. Hold on. Let's put a point down. So that's his second card. And we get a new card. We cannot draw dupes. So Spider Slayer goes away. The funny thing is, he's actually sort of happy with that in a weird way because that stops someone else from taking that spider. Now we get challenge for Herbalist. And we have to roll 2 dice. We have to roll who it is, the Bashkar. So Bashkar where? In the house. The house is way up here up top. And we will write Bashkar in house. Done. And we will copy. Oop. And, oh, nope, that did not work at all. Okay, well, so be it. Let me draw a chit and put it on that guy. Done. Okay. I think we're done. And then the sorcerer goes. He's going to hide. This is an important hide. No, he doesn't get it. Son of a bitch. And he walks right into the dragon. That's going to be annoying because it's just going to kill a day. I don't think anything else appears here. No. We got the spider there. Nothing appears here. Done. So we are done. We're done for the day. The darn sorcerer has to burn a purple and get out of dodge because he does not have. He's not fast enough to dodge the dragon. So he gets out of there and flees. And we are ready for day 7. There is gold magic in every clearing. So that's good. Good for the elf. We do have dangerous day 7, so stuff is going to reappear or not reappear. I'm annoyed at the sorcerer. I was very much looking forward to. Now the nice thing is, because his alert phase is a card, he didn't have to play it. So once he knew he wasn't going to make the hide, so I think the pilgrim is going to get moving here, and the pilgrim is going to go 1, 2, 3. Nope, we have. I've been doing this the past couple games. I made chits to randomly draw. So black white is on week 3, purple's on week 2, and gold is week 1. Gray is the last week. So we randomized the magic. Just makes me happy because it does change it up a little bit, right? So I think the pilgrim is going to get out of Dodge today, and he's going to go 1, 2. No, it's all good. It's all good. I think he wants to make his way to the house. I think that would be the way to go before the night runs out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What can appear here? You could get serpents on 6. You could get a bat. I think we're going to walk right to there. So we're just going to move all the way to 4. So extra move, move, and move into the deep woods. That's going to burn one of these. Oh, I don't want to drop it there. Oh, gosh darn it. So the problem is, if you ever drop anything in Tabletop Simulator on a text box, you are screwed. It is almost impossible to get off of there. No, we're not going to do Control Z. Thank you. Okay, very nice. So yeah, don't accidentally drop stuff on a text box. So we're going to use our extra move here. And then just all the way through the deep woods. And I don't know exactly where we end up, but we're going to end up in 4. So he's just going to move 5 and get to there. And then the next day, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 4 to the, like that kind of thing. He's going to really make haste. Use up this herbalist potion he has. There's no reason not to. The knight has no specific reason to fight that spider. He will, probably. But there's no points or anything to it. The cliff sucks for stuff. He's not going to get anything out of it. I think he might want to pop the young knight. Yeah, we can talk about it afterward for sure. You have to go to the Steam Workshop and then search on Tabletop Simulator Steam Workshop for Magic Realm, and you will see all the Magic Realm mods. So we have any no we have no reason, there's no reason for us to do anything in that woods either if we don't have to. So I don't love I don't know if we're going to go to the mountains. I think we might actually book it to the cave and then pick up the young knight. He is, I think, the only character that actually picks the young knight up. The pilgrim should be allowed to. In fact, I might just write that in, even though he has 3 magic jets. Because that would make sense. And we don't need to kill that spider. It wouldn't suck to kill the spider. And it is an easy kill for the character. And I don't know whether we should just go for it or just get ourselves closer to that knight. So I think what we're going to do is this. We're going to assume this spider stays here. Yeah, it is. It's not. Yeah, this is a little bit of a. Everybody's had a thing going on, right? And I think that's fun. That's fun. I'm sad that the sorcerer. I really wanted him to get that dragon dead today because he's going to have to burn a whole day, which sort of sucks. And that puts him even farther behind. And I'm not really happy with that. If he could have killed the dragon yesterday, I'd have been really happy with that. But he did not. So we're going to figure that out here in a minute. So I think the knight. So what could appear? Another spider could appear. Another spider could appear, which I don't think is a problem for the knight. Or a bat could appear, which is not a problem for the knight. Well, it's not a problem for the knight if he's on the horse, strangely enough. That guy's a problem for the knight, but not on the horse necessarily. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move, unless there's multiple bats. That would be a problem. Let's pretend there's not multiple bats. We're going to move. Get blocked here, fight this guy. Or, if this guy disappears, we end up here, and we'll hide twice. So we're going to move, spider, move into the woods, hide twice. So we're doing something wacky just in case if that spider disappears, I don't want to waste time. I'll move past him. Yeah, I don't need to fight that dude really. The elf has gold in every clearing. This is definitely the time to make a move into somewhere else if he's going to. The elf has Troll Slayer. I would argue that we're going to go to here. So we're going to move. So extra height, of course. Move to Borderland 3. Sure. We'll search. And hell, we'll even alert our bow. Why not? Just in case. Who the hell knows what happened? Well, what can appear? Yeah, we'll search twice because you never know. We might get something amazing going on here. We might even use Lucky Day just to burn it here. Finally, the sorcerer has to move out into the woods again, so that sucks. He's got to rest again, his thing. He's going to extra spell X and spell to flip it. And then he really doesn't have anything else going on, so he will hide. Done. And that's it. So it's Dangerous Day 7. We're going to roll 2 of these. Whatever we roll comes back. So the trolls, or the ogres, I should say, they're not trolls, return. The lancers return. They've had enough of these flowers of rest too. And that's it. So we got 3s and 4s. The elf is first. The elf is going to go here. He will be hidden once. He is not hidden, so that's a thing. He will search 2 times. So 5 allows him to see what is here. So he gets clues, smoke, and care. And then his other search is nothing. So he is done. Nothing will appear because no 5s, and the dragon will not appear because we got peace with nature, if nothing else. He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, unfortunately, though, we don't have peace with nature. Bones M is going to draw A big old giant onto our pilgrim. Done. We go 1-2 and we are blocked. We vaguely expected that to happen. Patter is not going to draw anything in the mountains. Only fives draw in the mountains. Patter draws in the caves, goblins. On a 3. He goes out. The hide might be important. He rests this. Let's get the hide. Otherwise, he's going to meet the dang trolls again. That's the funny part. Is that the trolls? Yeah. Or the ogres. I'm sorry. I keep calling them trolls. The ogres appear again. And we are hidden. So we have our own sort of fight going on there. I think we actually have 3 fights at the end of the week here. So I don't think it matters who goes first. We'll do the pilgrim first. Pilgrim's not hidden. This one sucks a little bit because that knight could actually get killed. Or his horse could get killed, I should say. So this is not a trivial fight for our guy. So we got to be a little bit careful. So we're going to play on this side. We always play on this side. And I think we're going to play like this, because H-star damage will kill the giant. So pretty much as long as this does not come up here and flip. So it's not a big chance. It is a 1/3 chance to line up and then a 30% chance to flip. So it is pretty much a 11% chance. No, it's a 10% chance. Yeah, that's the only thing that can damage. 10% chance the horse dies. So let's see where this all goes. 3. So these 2 things do, yep, that's bad. It doesn't flip. So what happens is, this is the longest attack. So round 1, it goes first. It smashes the horse, but the horse is tremendous. Those war horses are freaking the toughest thing in the game. As tough as a dragon, the war horses. And so the club attack does nothing. The giant misses, but his attack is times 0, a length of 0, even though he has a club here. This is the club. This guy undercuts. The giant does tremendous damage and kills him. So we do kill a giant. And the pilgrim is on the board with 8 prowess. So 8. We're not going to keep score yet because oh, I should have read the book too, but that's okay. I will do that here in a bit. No, the horse survived. Absolutely survived. Done. He took a hit, but he's fine. We will not yet score all the things because I don't know what the score is going to be at the end of this. Let's do the spider. So the only bad thing is we cannot ready our weapon like this. So that does put us at a little bit of a disadvantage. But round 1, it won't matter. Because our weapon is longer than the spider's attack. So we can play like this. And it doesn't even matter what we play there. So if he lines up, we will kill him. Either hits us for light damage, but we'll hit him first this round. If we miss, then next round, this weapon will be flipped, And again, it'll be a totally different story, too. So he goes down to the bottom. Does he flip? He does not flip. So, round one, we miss. Now our weapon goes there. This sucks a little bit, simply because we now have to choose whether to fatigue or not fatigue. Now, keep in mind that he hits us, because he's doing light 4, L4, but light damage against armor does nothing. So we are probably going to play like this, even though it's sort of pointless to play like this, because I want to fatigue in case I don't. If I miss him again, I don't want the combat to end. Every 2 rounds, you have to fatigue, or the combat ends. But that's not going to happen this time. He lines up. He does not flip. We hit him at a time 3 for heavy damage. We kill him. We have to fatigue an asterisk. We are done. Spider is dead. So let's mark him down on our... So it's only 3 prowess, but that does give us 9, which, strangely enough, humorously enough, is going to keep us the lead here today. But we still have another fight. And this is our sorcerer, who is currently hidden. Neither of these characters is ready for us. We are not going to alert. We are simply going to play and nuke them with this shit. It will hit them both. No matter what happens, we're going to hit them. Even if they flip. So we're targeting both of them. We will hit both of them. We will become unhidden at the end of this, though. So we have to... That does suck a little bit. Where do these guys end up? They switch, so totally doesn't matter. They both switch like that. Does the first guy flip? He doesn't. Does the second guy flip? He does not. We hit them both. We have to do missile rolls for each. Our missile rolls are now a single die. Right? When rolling, if active when rolling a table, roll 1 die. So this is light star damage. The only thing that can ruin this is a 6. A 6 and there, don't die. Otherwise, we're going to do light star damage, medium, killing them. That's a kill, so 1 dies. The second one dies. Done. And so that's 2 ogres for our guy here. 6 points, and he gets 6 prowess. Unfortunately, doesn't put him on the board because everybody else scored ahead of him as well. But it has a small cost, but it's not that bad. He spends these 2 chits, which he will then have to rest and return. That is the day. That's our day 7. We are done with the week. Let's real quick go through. The Black Knight retains prowess. The Pilgrim scores a point of prowess also. That's his 3rd point, and he will tie. So our final scores for the week look like that. 5 to 3 to 3 to 0. Again, I love where the sorcerer is at, except he hasn't scored any goddamn points. Sort of sucks. Let's get 3 events and see what the second week starts to look like. We get the Peddler. We get a Poison Pool. We get a Plague O Spiders. So the peddler's at a random dwelling. 4. Hold on. So peddler, pool, plague. The peddler's at 4. He's at the inn. He has 4 small treasures on him. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remember, you can buy these at ×4, which sort of sucks, but if you do buy them at ×4, you're going to get a point. There's the Book of Lore. That's for the sorcerer. That's what the sorcerer tends to need to learn spells, but still $40. That's rough. He also has a victory point there. Done. The poison pool is in a random clearing. 1/1 Borderland 1, so all the Borderlands become slightly more dangerous with the pool. And a plague of spiders appears. 1/1. All right, how many spiders? 6. So there are 3 spiders at... I really want those to be on top of each other. That seems crappy. Oh, that's 1. It'd be 1/6 anyway. Still bad. I'm gonna call that one and let that one roll. But caves 6. No, I don't want it on the young knight either. What is going on with these dice? I just want it a little separate from the rest of the crap. Crag 5. There you go. Okay, that's still sucks for everybody. Okay. Still sucks. It's still the elf's points. Pretty much. All right, and that gives us the start of the week here. So, the Pilgrim is still obviously moving up. And I do think he takes his extra move. And heads up into the valley. Because that will keep him sort of safe, and he is done. The knight... Knight is going to hide and move an extra move into the caves. The elf needs to figure out how to resolve the pull, actually. Like, how do we resolve the poison pull? Alchemy and lore. Discard potions or magic chits. For every potion or 2 asterisks you gain, magic asterisks, you gain a roll. On a 3, 2, or 1, you purify the pool. Cast any effect that cancels a spell or curse, or get a visitor to follow you. So not guaranteed. The elf does not have a ton of magic chits to fatigue. He could get 2 rolls if he fatigues everything. Sucks a little bit. Troll Slayer, Woodwork, Lucky Day. Troll Slayer's a no-go. Lucky Day we can re-roll. So it looks to me like we are extra hiding and then moving and moving to the pool. The poison pool. Oh, and the elf, by the way. There were no monsters at the end of the week, thanks to the pilgrim. So the elf gets his reward, which I think is 1d6 gold. 5. So the elf takes 5 more gold. So he has 20 gold. Still ahead. So I think he moves up done into the pool, the poison pool, and he'll figure that out at the end of the day. Sorcerer is rest, extra spell X and spell. And obviously hide, done. And that's it. That is our day. It is day 8, not 6. So bats are finally going to appear for the bounty. Good for some, bad for others. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the elf is going to go 1, 2, but he will hide, obviously. And he fails. Now nothing's going to appear because bats aren't going to appear unless you see an orange circle symbol, and you don't. The pilgrim's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 using his extra move. The Black Knight is going to go, what? He ends up 1, 2, right? But he hides and then uses his extra move. And he is hidden. And he gets bones, so trolls possibly, and the Lost City in 3. Oh, let's see what the Lost City. This could be good for the Black Knight. Could be bad for the Black Knight. Probably no bats. Roar 4, more trolls. That's a little rough. He's good at killing trolls. The Shrine, okay. The Statue in 2. Howl in 4. That might be a bad. And Flutter in 1. That actually is a bad. Howl does not draw a bad, but Flutter does draw a bat. And that's okay. We won a bat at some point. Anything else of interest here for... We wanted the pool. The pool would have been good. Sacrifice is good, but we don't have anything. Well, we have the Ointment of Steel to sacrifice, right? No, it has to be a large treasure. Damn it. Okay. All right. Well, we will figure that out as it comes. We are done. We move out. Oh, no. We rest twice. I'm sorry, because we fought. We're going to rest twice. We're going to spell X and spell. We will hide. Only 1 die. The red die will count if we accidentally roll, and we do. Done. We are done here. And that's it. That is the day. It's not a very exciting day for our heroes. The elf will resolve the poison pool. I mean, I think he's going to do it with 1, 2, 3, 4. He only gets 2 rolls, but he does have Lucky Day, which gets him to re-roll. So, yeah, so he gets 2 rolls, and really he gets 3 rolls. So he needs a, 3, 2, or 1? A 3, 2, or 1 to purify the pool. So let's roll it now. This is roll 1. Done. Elf purifies the poison pool. He is done. With 1 darn roll. Didn't need all that fanfare, did he? He rolls on the pool rewards table. So let's give him his point. He fatigued for it, so that's... And he scored 4 points, so he's kicking it. He rolls on the pool reward table. Where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So here are the pool rewards. Reward 1, did you drink that? You get a tough chit. So it's largely just an asterisk that you can fatigue or wound. Experimental elixir. You get a magic chit, which isn't bad. Water summon. You get a one-time water elemental summon. Something shiny at the bottom. One large treasure. That's what he wants. Purest water. Get a potion of rest. Is immediate 6 rest phases. Or take some home. You get a spider's blood potion, which gives you +1 sharpness star on a single attack. Let's roll a d6. This is the one thing I do love about the quest variant is all the wacky bits, right? Like, he gets a 2. Experimental elixir. He gets a magic 4 or a magic 2 chit. Oh, jeez. Okay. I'm going to say a magic... Well, let's take a quick look. Do any of these take... Yeah, I'm going to take a magic 2 chit. It's 2/4. Magic 2/4. I bet you the witch has one. Oh, she has a 2/3. She does not have a 2/4. She is not that slow. Whoa. I mean, I'll take this and we'll just have to doctor it. I might even have that shit made somewhere, or, you know, and maybe the Enchantress or something. She might have one. But that's probably good enough. Like, you'll remember what that is, and I will remember what that is. I don't know what I just did, but, you know, hey. So he gets that chit. So that chit is also fatigable and woundable, etc. Plus, it makes him... he could potentially learn Type 2 magic. The reason I picked Type 2 versus Type 4 is I know that there are Type 2 magics that take gold, which he can have. That's it, right? He was done. It was the end of the day he did that. And so we are done. And nothing appeared except for the bat, which we want to meet the bat. Okay, so the pilgrim. Now the pilgrim is definitely curseable, right? He is not immune to curses. He can block and attack them. His hirelings are not protected. Right, he can be assigned, blah, blah, blah. But I don't think he gets... He doesn't have any special widgets that allow him to not be... That's the druid that gets the you can't be cursed special thing. Yeah, the pilgrim has nothing. No optional character enhancements. We gave him one. We gave him 2 spells, which I actually think is a great enhancement. He hasn't used his spells to much effect. Primarily because the damn Flowers of Rest showed up awkwardly. So what I am going to do is we are going to... we're not going to hide. We're going to move to the house. Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to search, and then move to the house. Done. I think that's a permanent. I think we're writing that into my optional character rules. We'll give him 2 spells to start. I think there's no reason not to. He's not good enough for someone to go, well, that makes him overpowered. I mean, I'm sure someone will. I have always been accused of leaning toward making the characters more powerful, which some people go, that's not Magic Realm. I'm like, sure it is. It is the wild, wild west of Magic Realms, not the movie, the television show. Because the movie was not great. So okay. So he's going to move up into the house, and then he's going to have his guy here fight the Bashkar for him, and I think that'll work out. So that is his day 9. And he will read the book and see what the hell's in the book. And maybe he gets a spell out of it. The knight. So the knight has to be careful. He can't just go all nuts because there's a lot of shit in here that could jump him. Bones at first is going to be pretty nice for him because those are the trolls and he can kill the little trolls. The big troll, no, not good. No bueno. The problem is the big troll will also show potentially. So I definitely think we want to make our way through the cave. So I want to hide, extra move, and move to the knight, which we should then pick the knight up. The elf now has sort of screwed himself the tiniest bit and needs to rest. But isn't in a great position to do so, which sucks a bit. But I do have 1 gold chit, so I am ready for that. So I do think we're going to extra hide, and then we're going to rest all day. And that was sort of the nature of doing the pool that way. So, done. The sorcerer. Well, I mean, geez, I mean, we committed to the bit a little bit. Done. Okay. Day 9. Get this done. Let's get a good day 9. 1, dragons, which, sure. Pilgrim's first. Elf is second. Sorcerer is third. Black Knight is fourth. The Pilgrim is going to read runes, which I do think he gets a bonus to reading runes. 1 die instead of 2 when he reads runes. So that's sort of cool. So let's go to the read runes table. And he needs to roll a 1, 2, or 3. And he rolls a 1. So he will learn and awaken this spell. So he awakens Peace with Nature. I mean, it is what it is. Technically, what you get is you get a negative gold score against your victory conditions. That's really what happens. Your starting equipment counts against you in gold. I forget that as often as I don't, but I will. What I do is I only penalize them if they lose their stuff. If they lose their stuff, I will then penalize them. So we have learned Peace with Nature. So that is a learned spell. Done. Now that can be cast. I'm gonna put that here maybe, just to show that it came from the good book. It can technically be cast from the good book. Oop, oh, that didn't work out, did it? Maybe I'll lock that to there. There you go. That's 1 spell. That's once. He gets 2 more of these. 2. Learn and awaken the next spell. Oh, and darn it. Crap. Okay. Crap. Now, technically, that doesn't go away. Like the Pilgrim, Pilgrim needs a copy of that spell, not the spell. Because that spell then can go on the bottom. And actually, it goes on the bottom, but face up or something. Like he could, but anyway, nonetheless. So we'll do this. We'll do face up, it's been awakened. We get this spell, which we have learned. So we're going to do that too. We've awakened a gravity control. Not as good for us because I mean, we can cast it technically. We do have a type 7. Now we get the third. We get a third shot. So we're going to take this third shot. 2. He learns the third one. Make whole. And that definitely doesn't suck. That's actually one of the better spells that he gets. He's not a guy that's going to be wounded a lot. The Pilgrim has now 3 spells, and he is winning spells. Puts him at 5 points. And all those spells, are castable with the good book. Now, I probably should just use the advanced, like the expanded magic rules for this, which just makes that a type 1 chit or whatever that can be cast any of his spells. But these spells can definitely be cast with the book. Sort of, maybe. Is it a type 1 chit? Because it's not both. I think it's probably just a type 1, right? In any case. But he learns 3 spells. So he is ahead in spells, done. That is his day. And then he moves up into the house with his champion to challenge the Bashkar. And he is done with the day. The elf is just hiding and then resting all day. And he does hide. And he's going to rest all day. And the question is, does he want to not get this dragon? Because a dragon is going to appear right here. It's a single dragon. He needs a 1 or a 2 to kill it with his bow. It's going to be heavy and armored. He is hidden. And I'll say that because it's not a dangerous. So first off, he's going to rest. He gets to rest everything anyway. Like that. Done. He's hidden already. I say he lets the dragon come and he saves that. So this should be Smoke Sea right there. This dragon comes loping out of the cave. Right into the elf's crosshairs. Sorcerer. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Literally cannot make a hide roll on 1 die. Yeah. No. And he is done, and he's going to run out of there and be done. This guy's going to hide, and he needs to. And he does. And he makes it to the night. And then a bunch of crap happens because Flutter's going to potentially draw and Roar is going to potentially draw. So let's look up Flutter C, which it will, and Roar C. So it looks like we're getting all of this. I don't like that much. Now Roar appears behind him. Flutter appears in front of him with the bats. Now he can kill everything on there. Absolutely. But that has become a hard fight all of a sudden for the Black Knight. because the dragons will potentially kill his horse if he rides it. So if he goes, so okay. Is that it? Is that all the characters? Yeah, that's all the characters. So he has to run. He's got to resolve. Everybody. Okay. Well, I mean, the sorcerer's resolved already. Let's do the pilgrim. We do have to roll the soldiers also. 3. So they're fine with us. Oh, I can't ride a horse in a cave. Frick, you're right. Well, that blows because that ruins that because I had a plan for that, actually. But you're right. I cannot actually ride the horse in a cave. So that doesn't actually help because I actually had a plan. If you could go in there hidden, you could kill the first dragon from hiding, kill the second dragon with your fast attack, effectively. Yeah, but that still wasn't going to work. So anyway, nonetheless, we'll worry about that later. It's pilgrim time. All right, so the Bashkar is he's gonna play on this side like that. So we're not gonna auto hit him. This guy cannot hurt the knight, though, our champion. So we are pretty much just hoping for the best here. And I'm going to just jump in like that. So where does the Bashkar end up? The Bashkar ends up dropping to the bottom with his M2 horse. Does the Bashkar flip? He does not flip. That's round 1. We will commit to fatiguing. Oh, crap. We'll commit to fatiguing. A move. Well, we'll play. Yeah, we'll commit to fatiguing this move. H5 for now. So round 2, 1. We're gonna line right up. So the knight's gonna kill this guy, and we are done. And we do have to fatigue a move, which we did. So we get 4 prowess. So 4 prowess. We do get his 2 gold, even though we technically don't kill him. We rifle through his pockets. We get +5 to both of those. So we get. So not only do we score challenge, which is an extra point, but he gets 9 prowess for the Bashkar and 7 gold. So that's actually very nice. Because that actually brings him up to 17 prowess. So momentarily, not only will he have 3 cards, but the Pilgrim is winning prowess. Doesn't have yet enough gold. But he's winning prowess. It takes a point away from the knight, unfortunately. Done. And then the Bashkar actually goes back home. In shame. After being rolled by the Pilgrim and his big knight buddy. His gift exchange. I mean, yeah, I mean, okay, we'll figure that out. So the challenge is done, and now we get gift exchange. And we are done with his resolution. And he has 7 points here this first week. The elf is going to resolve. Okay, we are hidden, so we're playing the ambush game. It's a 1 or 2 to kill this guy. So we ready with any. We will now shoot with any. A 1 or a 2 on the missile table will do enough damage to kill the heavy armored, and we do. Thunk, and he is dead. So the elf is going to score a dragon, heavy dragon. And he's worth 5. So not the worst, but it is actually the first prowess points the elf has scored. So it's actually not enough to push him any further in the game. But no fatiguing is nice. No nothing. It's just a quick 1 arrow through the eye. Done. The last resolution is the Black Knight. The Black Knight might not have enough money. We got to give the guy gold. So I suppose we'll ditch the treasure, which then gets deleted because that will be enough. We'll trade in. We get to roll for the knight. Who is this young knight here? 3. It is it's H55, H46. Okay. H55. There he is, young knight. We get the knight, we score a point. That's our 2nd point of cards. Puts us back at 3. He doesn't suck. He's bad against those 2 dragons. Great against the bat, though, because he is heavy and armored. I think we upgraded those at some point a little bit. All knights are medium and armored. Yeah, so we actually upgraded a couple of the knights. So we do get a buddy. $100 on the pilgrim. Yeah, I mean, looks like it. So we could actually put the young knight, on the bat. The problem with those dragons is they're just a little too fast, and they do heavy damage. So they would actually kill that knight. Like, that knight cannot dodge those guys at all. On this side, he's a 4/6. Not good. He's good for the bat. The knight would have to kill. So we'd have to be hidden. The knight would have to kill the dragons first. Which sucks, which is only good when you have the initial mace flipped. So we have to be hidden. Certainly doable. Certainly doable. The young knight comes off the board. There we go. The poison pulls off the board, actually. So all good so far. Can I not draw? Okay. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's the day. And the sorcerer was stymied again. Yeah. Okay, this was not working out for him. Quite honestly, just not working out. this is very much sunk cost fallacy right now. I really want to kill that dragon, and I want to draw 2 days worth of treasures out of that stupid hoard. Then I want to go back and sell a bunch of shit in exchange to the peddler. Like, that's my sort of initial goal. In the meantime, I'm actually hoping that these yutzes go and find the damn lair for me so that he can then run to the lair, and he's going to trade in a bunch of things. So, all right. Nonetheless, I'm a little disappointed in how it's gone, except not for the Pilgrim. The Pilgrim's been kicking the shit out of the game here right now. So, how often... Boy, that's a... He can't do 2 hides. He's going into a damn cave. He's going into a cave. You can't do 2 hides. You're sort of screwed. That's the problem with the caves. The caves stop a lot of shit from working. Okay, so we need to do one more thing here. So we need to... The Pilgrim needs to trade with the soldiers, because that's his second envoy. So that'll score him a point. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Then he's going to do another trade. Now, so he has learned, these spells are learned. Those spells are learned. He's good. He can learn another type 1 spell in there. And he might do that. And he certainly might keep it. But he might just give it up. Because he can cast Make Whole or whatever. And yeah, it's not, so I don't know that there's any super bonus to keeping this. So he might trade it as gift exchange. So here's what he's going to do. He's going to trade with the soldiers because they're friendly now. And that's going to get him a phase. He's then going to execute a second trade with the soldiers. And then decide, based on what that first trade phase looks like, because he might want to do gift exchange with the soldiers. And take something that they have. Done. And then, once he does that, because he'll be friendly with them, so I think once I finish this round of games, I will read on the enhanced magic item rule, like the enhanced artifacts rules, and then we can maybe institute that permanently for these games to make those artifacts more impactful outright. Because I really don't play with that. I do play that you can cast the spells in them with the item, but I do not call them, they're not a chit, right? So a spear wouldn't suck for him. You're absolutely correct. A spear is actually good for him, but keep in mind that he has gift exchange. That's really what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for stupid gift exchange and see what they have, but only after I see what they have in their list. Like if they have some cool artifact, for instance, then I'm going to get it. If they have something worth a lot of money, I'm going to trade up for it and then sell it back to them because they're my friends, such that I can hire O3 for the rest of the game, as a for instance. But you're right, a spear wouldn't suck. But this is going to put him at 9 points all of a sudden. And again, we're not even through I don't see how this happens on these sprints. I'm not even through week 2. He's going to be at 9 points here by the end of the day. So I think we're gonna try to get that and that. I am going to rest a chit, and I will hide just in case someone shows up that I don't need to deal with. So we might score. We're going to score Envoy. We might score Gift Exchange. That is sort of the plan. The Knight, yeah, sure. He's in good shape there. We are going to hide an extra move to the Dragon Bat cluster. And I will erase that at some point because I actually don't want that on my sheet. But yes, So I think we're going to try to get that sorted because that is Bat Bounty. If he kills a bat, he actually gets a bounty for that and gets a victory point. And we'll be able to turn a bounty in at some point somewhere. But yeah, so done. He will hide. Yeah, you can't do anything else. Done. The elf. What is the elf's goal now? So the elf is rested up. He's got one thing for his magic when he needs it. What is his goal? He could go kill spiders. That's fine. But he's not going to find any trolls here. He's going to find trolls down there in that mess down there. He is quickly finding that the pilgrim is going to kick his ass, so he needs to do something. And I could so use to turn his cards in. Since woodwork looks like worse and worse as we go here. So pretty much he's got to he's got to find his way up here or here, which he should have stopped at the very beginning. That sort of sucks that I forgot to do that. So I think weirdly this is a weird critical turn for the elf. Like he needs to make the right decision here to keep him in the running. And the questions, I think his options are: you could try to go down. I mean, the problem is the Black Knight's going to fight those guys. And he either wins or he doesn't. But boy, he could also be a cluster in there too. So because he could also draw trolls too, which again would make that a mess. In which case he would stay hidden, I think, and leave. The elf either goes and tries to kill the spiders for the spider plague. That's a point. There's nowhere up here for trolls. Trolls are here. And they got to be here. Or there. Shit. Okay, so that's bad. That's quite a ways away. Well, he can get there. He has all the paths to get where he needs to go. Yeah, okay, he's written day 10. He's written day 10. We are on the elf is I'm making this super long decision here. So you're either going to kill the spider and then hoping that this is wood-wise, with the problem being that you then have to get back to a dwelling, which is a disaster. I don't like that. I think we need to get to a now the other thing you could do is go up here, assuming it's going to be a large or small campfire. And if it is, that's your dwelling, right? And then you could go and trade in your crap there. We're going to hide, move, and move. Woodwork is head to the tile with a runes W chit, chop wood, do 8 points of labor. Oh, that sucks. He didn't want to do that anyway. I should have turned that in immediately. That was my fault. I did, but I got sucked in by the Fletcher because you get an arrow, a one shot that does an extra sharpness star, which would be pretty bitchin' for him. I think though it's time to just he goes into the ledge, sees what the ledge is, and moves past. This guy has to move into the woods again. He's got to rest. He's got to do an extra spell X and spell to get purple back. He's got to hide. We are just in, keeping in mind that we've done this since day 6. A little bit depressing for the sorcerer. Every so often, a character will get stuck in that mode. So we got to get rid of woodwork. Woodwork is killing us too. So also bad. So spiders and imps. Okay. We got the elf first, sorcerer next. All right, elf first. He's going to go here. He's going to hide. He fails. We get Dank and Flutter too. So Flutter here, and Dank draws a spider on him. Done. Sorcerer moves out. It's going to get this thing back. Going to be hidden. Nothing's going to appear there. I don't even care. I mean, sure. I'll roll for it because, let's see. He does hide this time. Lame. The Pilgrim trades with the soldiers. So he's going to trade with the soldiers. Now, he's not their friends right now, so they are neutral with him. Oh, that's amazing. Strangely enough, both of those are good for the Pilgrim. Like, both of those are winners. For different reasons, obviously. Like, M3, for what he's doing right now, best shit he could get. He becomes a light miniature, yeah, or the T5, and then he gets an extra move for the rest of the game, which would be amazing. But what he doesn't quite have yet is he doesn't have a ton of cash to then trade in on the guy. So that's his first trade phase. He's going to roll for the boots, right? Just to see. Now, he's only neutral with these guys right now. He does get price times 3, but price times 3 still costs him $15, which he does not have. Best he can do is $10. Or that's not true. The best he can do, actually, is he could get the boots. I'm not going to do that, though. I'm going to just say, nope, that's fine, no deal. I'm going to score Envoy. So that's a point. My second trade phase, because now they're friendly. Now we're going to do gift exchange. I'm going to turn in the good book to my friend. And I am going to go for the 7 league boots, even though it's effectively monetarily a downgrade. Because, frankly, the extra move phase is going to be huge as we go. But I also score another point today. That's going to give me 5 cards. And it is his 9th point right now. And he gets Bury the Dead and Weapon Master. So let me put now Bury the Dead is another one of the woods. It is Bones W. So he's looking for all the way over here. It's not super far. I suppose he could do that. I don't know that it behooves him to do that. Let's roll Weapon Master because the Weapon Master does appear at some random location. 5-3, Crag 3. There he goes. So strangely enough, we have Spider Slayer. So literally, this is a 3-point tile for the Pilgrim. So I think actually he goes back and wins the game on the Crag. So I think he actually is going to just get back as quickly as he possibly can. Get up to the Crag and try to win on the Crag almost would be sort of my thought. But that is his day. He's going to rest once and he's going to hide. And he doesn't hide. I don't think anyone appears where he's at, though, so he's fine. And he's buddies with those guys now, so he is done. Yeah, so the only guy we have left is our buddy, the Black Knight, who's going to hide. And he does. Then he moves up into here, hidden. The statue does draw the imp. I mean, it depends. Yeah, I mean, that's not an easy fight for him, of course. So we'll have to see where we end up. But I don't think anything else appears here, which is sort of nice for our guy. It's only the elf that has to, and the elf is not hidden, so that sort of sucks. But he might just run out of there. And I think we are done. So let's do... I think the elf will flee. So the elf is going to flee using his L2. He is out for now. The Black Knight is hidden. So nothing is on the Black Knight sheet right now. The Black Knight is going to ready his mace. And he's going to target that guy. Three. That doesn't help. And he gets a 6. So that guy flips. That is the worst possible. That's the worst of all things at that point. Now the Black Knight is unhidden. He has 2 guys on his sheet. This guy is going to lure the bat. Doesn't matter which side he plays on. He's got to line up and kill that thing. The good news is we missed, so our weapon is still readied. The bad news is these guys can sort of gang tackle me pretty well. And this is a shitty fight for us now, all of a sudden. We're going to do that and that. We'll have to fatigue moves, and which that's going to run out quick. So we need a couple things to happen. So let's get round 2 going here. 4, we're going to line up. Does the first dude flip? No. Does the second dude flip? No. Okay, so what does happen? Well, we line up on this dragon and kill it with heavy damage, and we are done. Our attack is done. We do have to fatigue 1 move. This guy will miss us, and he is now our new target. Let's go over here to the bat. I really hope this guy doesn't line up. That is too bad, because that if he lines up and we kill him, then the combat's mostly over. Now it's still a little dicey. He doesn't flip, and we are done. So, okay. Unfortunately, our weapon flips. And we're going to have to play like this to be safe. Even so, not great. Not a great look for us. Because he's going to hit us first. We could play like this. It largely just comes down to, yeah, so, I don't know. Well, either way, this one you're hoping he lines up. We only have 1 more round. If we miss... All right, so let's do this. We'll play like this. 2. So he goes to the frickin' bottom, which sort of sucks. Of course he did. He does not flip, though. So he hits us and does light damage, which doesn't do anything. We have to fatigue that guy. Our weapon flips over. And now the combat is mostly over because we can sort of slow play this. Because as soon as this guy flips, he dies. Over here, the bat does not line up. Doesn't really matter if he flips, but we'll roll it anyway. He does. He's hitting us every time, by the way. He just can't do the damage. So we fatigue last round. This is going to be a stalemate round, if indeed this dragon he flips. So that's perfect because now we do heavy damage at a time 3. We undercut him and smash him down. Our weapon does flip again. But that means this combat is all but over. Hell, I hate to say it. I hope we hit the bat too, because we'll get a big. I hope we don't kill him this round. We do though. This guy lines up. So we're going to get 5 and 10, 15 points. Plus 3 is 18 points. So we killed 2 dragon and a bat. That's 18 total. We also score bat bounty. So that's a point for our guy. His third card, his 4th point in total. $18 prowess doesn't stink. And that's going to give us 27 prowess all of a sudden, which is going to steal a point back from the Pilgrim, who was hogging all the points. Yeah, as soon as I got the guy, I knew that we were at least in decent shape, right? Now, it would have been better if I'd have killed the first dragon in ambush, right? Because that would have made that super safe. So we're going to shrink that down because he's also worth $5. If we can bring him back to a place. So good day for the Knight, the Black Knight. Black Knight really having a good, using that mace to its fullest potential. I love the mace, actually, as a weapon, strangely enough. Like, it is one of the best weapons in the game. Any weapon with a 3 on a side is not a bad thing to see. Okay, so I think we are ready to write day 11. Okay. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Pilgrim barely needs this. So again, I don't know, but it is right up there, of course. Weapon Master, Bury the Dead, Spider Slayer. I think we just. I think we go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to end up in the valley. So move, 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 move to the valley. Oh, we have an extra move anyway? Oh my god. And we can do another extra move? Hold the hell on. So move, 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 move to the valley. Then we can move here with our extra move. Done. Now, how do we get to the crag? We have to go through the borderland, effectively. Or we have to enchant the woods, which the Pilgrim is capable of doing. Right? Because if he was in... Yeah, although you would take you 2 days to do that. So it's a little clunky for the Pilgrim to do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could get to here. I mean, he can book it up there is the weird part. Like, he has no problem getting up there. Three spiders sucks. That is not a good fight for the Pilgrim. And I do want to hire my guy still. So I do think I need something. I don't think this is that. This is not trivial. I need to figure this out a little bit. I need some treasures, is what I need. So I think we're going to make a pit stop. But do you notice something about the board that is, again, this is one of the things that you can't help but love Magic Realm. Notice where all the treasure sites are in the game. Got one here. Got one here. Here. And here. They are all in caves. Every single one of these things in a cave. So that makes everything difficult, more difficult. it it is nuts. It is a weird, glorious disaster a little bit. Right. Yeah, the sorcerer's on that track, but again, it hasn't helped him, primarily because he's literally spent a week jousting, hide jousting with the dragon. The funny part is, like that staff, if he has the blessing, is a winner for that dragon fight. But I don't know that I want to go down. But I was looking, going, my God, everything's in a cave. All the treasures are in caves. So where do we go as the pilgrim? How do you get some cash in pocket? The cairn? I mean, the crag, the mountain. Wow, that's quite the haul. The demons. Their shrine is here. Shrine's here. The altar could be somewhere else, but the shrine is here. You could try to get to the mountain, but again, that's a long haul or a couple days of enchanting the Nutwoods effectively, which is still, by the way, you still have to find passage paths. You could try your hand at the cairn. Problem with the crag is that could get ugly quick. But yeah, no, I mean, let's at least try to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's at least get to here today. So extra move, because he has an extra move without even using his last potion. Because he could go 1, 2, 3, 4, strangely enough, if he wanted to. Now I don't know how bad that spider is. I and yeah, and everything's in a cave, so again, super dangerous for his buddy, right? So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll end up there. I think that's good enough for the day. He has Spider Slayer, so that would be another point for sure. Okay, the Black Knight, I think, is happy to get out of dodge at the moment. But again, where's the pool? Well, none of these places. Right? It is nowhere so far. It's in the mountain or the crag or the cavern. Mountain, crag, cavern. That's it. That is all we've got. The pool is in one of those, and the pool is worth 2 points to this guy. And frankly, the Black Knight also could use some treasure, really. Like he's doing fine, but some stuff would be nice. I don't like the cairn though. I don't like the cairn and smoke sea. This is hard. This is the Lost Castle. Yeah, the Lost Castle is in the crag of the mountains. You got two choices. It is definitely one or the other. How do we feel about the soldiers as the Knigget? He likes the soldiers. Okay, that's good. So I think what we do, we're going to use the soldiers as home base. So either we're getting to the soldiers to turn in our quests and dump the pool and just ignore the damn pool and get something else going. Or we go and try to loot the cairn, which sort of sucks, but because we can't run from this guy either and we can't kill him. So the spider catching us unhidden is death. So that's a bad idea also. Or we need to take the long trip to the mountain and hope that the mountain has something for us. But I'm going to go 1, 2. So extra move and move. And that should put me in the deep woods. And then I'm going to hide, of course. And done. And I would like to search effectively to get these paths because that would be helpful. The elf has to move back to here. So 2 moves. He doesn't really have any bonuses or anything to kill spiders. So back to move. Extra hide. Move to the spider. I will probably use Lucky Day to make sure that that all happens. The sorcerer. Done. There you go. All right. We got this. I don't even think trying to kill that dragon was a bad idea. I thought that was a good idea, but it doomed me, strangely enough. That's the funny part. All right, we got this. So it is day 11 coming up here. Let's make the monster roll. Let's make it a good one. One, it's more dragons, which I don't think we got any more dragons left. I think dragons are done. Pilgrim is first, and he's going to get to here. And he is done. The sorcerer is done. Sorcerer's done. Okay. Okay. I see how we're doing. I see how this is gonna go. The elf goes here. The elf is hiding. He does hide, and he goes back to there. I don't know that anything appears. Oh, might flutter. No. There's nothing left. It's literally this dragon's the only dragon on the board and the lair. So we're done, and we're on the spider. The elf is done. The Black Knight is going to go 1, 2, and he is going to hide. And he does, but I don't think it matters. Because, again, we're Slither, and all that is done. So pretty much it's all just about this guy. And, I mean, he's got to melt into mist, and he's just got to do that. So we are going to melt into mist. We're going to stay in the place, though. Done. We're going to stay here. And hope to make the hide roll tomorrow. Done. We're not going to move out, move back in, or whatever. The elf. I mean, he's going to take a pot shot at the spider. Well, I don't want to run back, strangely enough, is the problem. I do want to get up here to see what this is. And I'm sort of hoping it is a dwelling. So I'm just going to stay hidden. Pilgrim's nothing. Black Knight's nothing. We are done. Day 12 written. The Pilgrim is going to... All right, Raven, have a good one. I hope your house situation goes well. Does the Pilgrim have any deep woods? No. The deep and those deep woods places would be great for him. The Pilgrim's going to go 1, 2, and 3. Knowing a dragon can't appear there, and only this spider can appear at the cairn. I think we're going to go extra move, move, and move to Borderland 3. The knight, again, only thing that can show up there are bats. Two bats he might be able to. Two bats he can handle. Serpents, which would suck a little bit. I am going to rest, rest, search, search. I need some rests out the door here. Done. The elf. The elf is going to get out of dodge, and the elf's going to go 1, 2, 3. So he's going to go move, 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 extra hide, and probably hide, frankly, just to see what's up there, hoping it's a campfire. If it's a campfire, he's going to go and trade in some of his quests to get ready for the rest of the thing. The sorcerer is going to hide. Done. Because if he doesn't hide, he's going to hide and search. Hell. No reason not to. Dragons again. Black Knight first. Black Knight rests 2 times. We're going to pull back this chit and that chit, and we're going to search 2 times. We need a 1, 2, or 3 to find 2 secret paths. That's a fail. Come on, we got this. That is a success fail. It totally stopped, but we failed. No dragons can appear because there are no more dragons left. We are done. The elf goes 1, 2, 3. He's going to hide a bunch of times. He fails once. He fails twice. It is the small campfire. That's good. That's good for us. For 2 reasons. One is the company doesn't show up. I don't know how we feel about the company. I feel like we wouldn't like them, but we don't care. We're good. Done. No one shows up there, but at the end of the day, this elf is going to turn in woodwork, and frankly, we're going to turn in Lucky Day. And we're going to draw 2 at the end of the day. So we'll draw them just like that. And that's sort of what we wanted to see. The pilgrim is going to go 1, 2, 3. Nothing appears, and we are done. I'm still wondering if I should try the cairn effectively. Sorcerer. Hide successfully. Now he's going to drag a treasure out of the hoard. 4. The Enchanted Meadow. Yeah, I don't know that the Enchanted Meadow helps us much. I mean, you know, sure. But we are done. Oh, we found the Enchanted Meadow. So that's in case we care. Elf's turning stuff in. No one else is fighting. The sorcerer is going to fight from hiding. So the sorcerer is going to cast, obviously. Tremendous and armored. We have L star star star, so medium, heavy, tremendous damage. -1. So we do need a 2 or a 1 to kill this guy. Two or a 1. 1. Nukes him. A great sigh of relief goes across the land. Freaking A. The sorcerer kills the stupid dragon. I should have stayed there ahead of time, but oh my goodness. 18 prowess for the sorcerer. That actually puts him in second place. So he steals another point off the pilgrim. Done. Is there anyone else that needs resolved? No, I think we're good. Oh, he is so slow, this guy, on his feet in the caves. So the problem is in the caves, that guy dies in 2 rounds to that spider. I think the pilgrim on day 13 is going to spell X and spell, hide effectively 2 times. The Black Knight rest once, search 3 times. Oh, and then use his extra move. If he does get it, he's going to go where? Is going to go to 4. So if he does get his extra move, 4. The elf has 2 quests. He has sudden insight and pub crawl. Wow, that is a messy. That's not what you wanted to see, effectively, for turning in your damn quests. The elf's getting exposed to reality, all right. It's like, that was awful. I mean, pub crawl is awful on this map, so there's no way he's taking pub crawl. Having said that, I don't want to sit here a whole day either. So I think what we are going to do. Okay, we're going to do a couple things here. So this is fairly easy. And I don't super love this because of what it does. So I think what we're gonna okay. I think what we do is, and don't get me wrong, this seems counterintuitive. I might, so I think I'm gonna go move and move into the woods, and then spell X and spell and enchant the woods. And I'm gonna do that to turn this so I can cast Fleetfoot at will and also not worry about these snakes. Because then he can go and have an easier time moving here or here, with the goal being that he could potentially deny the pilgrim, the spiders. Well, we do have, so the nice thing is we have one of these bad boys left. What else could appear here? Stink. Trolls. We can still get a flippin' troll here. So we need to be at least a little bit careful. But you know what? As long as I have a stupid whatchamacall, I think we're going to go for it and try to loot this place out, especially because tomorrow I'm melted into mist regardless. And we are ready for day 13. Get the roll up. More dragons. We have a more dragons. Well, it does help him also, is the key. So we're going to loot twice as the sorcerer. So it's not totally a dink move. So we do get the 5th card. It's the Draught of Speed, which is sort of pointless. Done. That's 1. And we get 1 more of these. Roll low. He gets the 2nd card. That's sort of fun. Oh, the Remains of the Thief. Oh, yikes. Okay, well, Immediately roll for curse. You take the treasures. You take 20 gold. So we have 10 gold to start. We have 20 gold now. So we have 30 gold in total. So we're winning gold. The elf is not. Yeah, he is. So the elf is now in 2nd place in gold. So he's down to 5 points. We have a glimmering ring, 1 spell, which doesn't really help us much. And we do have the living sword, which actually isn't the worst thing for him. Yeah, it probably is the gold curse for sure. Let's see what it is. It is ill health. We cannot rest. Although, do I have to roll? Do I have to roll 1 die? I think I have to roll 1 die, don't I? Oh my. Well, that could suck too. Let's see how this goes. 3, Wither. Cannot have effort asterisks. Oh my. That is way worse. Huh. I mean, good luck with that. Yeah. I mean, I think he's almost done. Like he's gonna have a hard time. That is a worse curse. I assume I have to roll one die. That sucks, though. That is a bad curse. Chapel's up here. Not the worst walk, but he's gonna have to survive here because he needs this path. Yeah, that was lucky as shit, right? It backfired. Well, right. He needs to go to the flowers, right? That's all good. I mean, he can get there and get that done. That's great. But really, it comes down to surviving the perp walk. They actually would, Scott. They actually would work because the flowers are in the order. So at midnight on day one, the curse is done. Beginning of day two, all those chits get rested and he falls asleep. So it actually does work for him. Mind you, he doesn't like the order. So there's a little bit of that. So that's great. He can actually get that done, but it is a hose job. Yeah, he is screwed. Okay. Um so those were his two searches. Yeah. That's a bad curse. That is a shit curse. That is a bad curse. And this is absolutely the worst possible position for him to be in doing this. If he were anywhere else, he would get this move for free. But he is not close enough to get there, so he actually won't get that for free. Does the peddler have anything he can use? No. Um, does not affect curses. God damn it. Okay. But he couldn't cast anyway. So, all right. Well, that's cool. That was day 13, I think. Well, that was the sorcerer's day 13. Oh, actually, I don't know what just. Hold on. Let me Control Z that shit. Yeah, that was the sorcerer's day 13. The pilgrim's day 13 is spell X and spelling to convert that to white, and then hiding 2 times. Done. That was such an eventful thing that I was like, I forgot that we were even moving anyone else. No dragons appear. We are done. At the end of the day, we're going to cast. The elf moves to here, and he's going to burn some action there to do this. Done. The Black Knight rests once to pull that chip back. Searches 3 times. We're looking for a 3, 2, or 1, guys. We've got this, right? The Black Knight's had a great day. Yes, done. And then he moves to 4. And nothing appears. And he is done. Make hold. Does that remove it? Breaks the wither curse. So yes. So on day 14 for the pilgrim. Well, okay. So I'm sorry. Today I'm going to cast. Going to cast Wish and see what the hell happens. Let's get a 6. We don't. We get a goddamn 3 because I never roll that. Vision. I can look at the treasure cards, return the cards to their box without changing. I'm going to look at the cairn. Karen has the blasted jewel. Gauntlets, the claw, ruins, lost keys, elusive cloak, and the book of lore. It is actually, that is a shit treasure pile, to be quite honest. For its cash, for sure, of course. But that is his wish, unfortunately, and that sort of sucked. So, done. I don't think anybody else has anything else to do. Oh, the elf might actually cast. Oh, and I'm sorry. Actually, why is this? There's a piece with. Hold on. That. I think we. Yeah, his piece with nature is a type 7. We don't actually cast a. That's my fault. He's actually in a little bit better shape than he was. I think that night we cast Fleetfoot. So I will put that here momentarily just so we know. So we get Fleetfoot today, which means these mountain clearings are 1 instead of 2. What are we doing on day 14, boys? Well, there's purple magic in every clearing. I think we're going to go 1, 2. So we will extra move and move. And we will also hide. The Black Knight is looking to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure. He's going to. Extra move to the valley. The elf. So what's this plague going to get us? $15, a VP, done. So not great, but $15 in a VP. Again, we're also sort of denying it to the pilgrim. Now, we could go here first and kill this guy. But I think we're going to extra hide, of course. Hide, right? And then move and move to the plague. Because each of these is only 1 move now. And then we take our shots, and we can flee back to here if we need to, and that's fine. Done. And now the sorcerer, well, I mean, he's got to do what he's got to do. He's melted into mist today. So, I mean, he's just going to move. Now, the only thing that would be good, I mean, the rogues don't have anything to break a curse. So we've already seen what they have. So yeah, we've got to do the thing. So we're going to end up here. So we're going to move into the rune, and we are, of course, melted into mist today at least. So done. That's it. We get 2 rolls to see what's what. On dangerous. Day 7's. The bounty is over, unfortunately. We get 6s and 2s. So our bat is going to return. And that's it. The Black Knight goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and he is done. The Pilgrim goes 1, 2, and then I think hides. And he is hidden, but the spider doesn't appear. And I was almost hoping he would appear, because I was sort of hoping that we could draw him out. Because if we draw him out, it's a good fight for our dude. If not, it's a bad fight for our knight. The elf is going to hide a bunch of times, which is a little overkill. And then we head up here. But of course, and it's the Lost Castle, as you anticipated. Could be okay, could be a total disaster. The altar in 1, it's going to draw the demon. The lair in 3. Howl in 5. Slither in 3. Ooh, uh-oh. All became bad. The vault in 3. So 6s might draw. In fact, 6s are going to draw. 1 bat. Slither might draw. The altar is going to draw. Yeah, that definitely became a mess. Whew, okay, well, that is the allure of the day 7. He goes here. Adder 2, I don't think anything draws there. And we are done for the week. Now the elf has to figure out if he's going to fight. It really comes down to this. He doesn't want this guy to flip, because if that guy flips, he can hold the elf in place. So we have a decent chance of killing him, because it's a 3, 2, or 1. It's a 50% chance of killing him. And a 30% chance that he flips if we don't kill him. So it's pretty much a 15% chance of badness and a 65% chance of not badness. So we're going to go with it. Sure. I mean, this could be miserable, but we're going to go with it. Obviously, readying our bow, shooting him down with whatever. Doesn't matter where he goes. It does matter whether he flips or not. He does not flip this round. Do we get a 3, 2, or a 1 to shoot him down? No, we get a 4. That is -1 level, which is not quite enough. Are we still hidden? We are. All right, we're going to try it for round 2. All right, Scott, see you, man. Thanks for coming. Will we fatigue? 15% chance, 50% chance of good, 15% chance of bad, 35% chance of neutral, pretty much. I'm going to say our odds are good. Let's fatigue on round 2. How's the bat go? The bat does flip. That could be awful. Do we shoot him dead? We do shoot him dead this round, though. Thunk. Bat is dead. Are we still hidden? We are not hidden. And we have to then run using our M2. Next round. So done. And we are going to flee that way. All right. We do get 3 points. And strangely enough, this is the last day of the bat bounty. Because it's day 14. So the bounty is still in effect. So the elf does score a card, even though he's not going to score the money, effectively. So that gives him 6 points. And, I mean, we're just going to put all these away because, again, no... I believe that's it for the week. I think we are done for the week. That is the end of day 14. Let's real quick check our universe here. We have 17 prowess for the pilgrim, $9, 5 card points, but 3 spells. So the pilgrim is winning spells, and he's got 5 cards. He's got 7 points total. Done. Our knight has 3 cards. He is winning prowess with 27. That is true. I don't think he has anything else because he's still out of money. And this bat goes away because he didn't get to a dwelling fast enough. Unfortunately, didn't think about that. Done. 5 points for him. The elf is not winning gold. He is almost winning gold. He has 2nd place in gold. He's got cards. He did get 3 prowess for that, too. So let's put a bat on his sheet for 3. Gives him 8 prowess, which does not move him at all in that standing. But he has 1 point for gold, 5 points of cards. Oh, and it is Plant Your Flag Day. So... I'm going to go for the gold again, real quick. 3 more gold. He has 23, which still doesn't move him. But it just edges him the tiniest bit closer. Done. The sorcerer, of course, is our crap scorer. He's winning gold by far. Oh, by the way, I will say this too. This sword counts as a great treasure. So we do also have that going for us because he's now winning great treasures as well. And so the race becomes even tighter. Really, for him, it comes down to, do I die getting to here? So the final scores for the week are 7 to 6 to 5 to 5. The pilgrim is in the lead, but all of that is super tight. Very fun race, to be quite honest with you. But once again, great scoring for the first week. He's gonna die. He is dead in the water. He can carry all his shit, which is nice. But not a great, but not great otherwise. He can, whatever. We'll see how it goes. This is It's been fun, I will say that. And I have to look and see, do I actually roll the one die on the lucky charm? Because I don't even know. But having said that, super fun. All good. I think probably it is time for bed. Yes, it is. So thanks, Rob. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Raven. And that's it. So thanks a lot, guys. Let's save this game. And we will definitely try to get to this. Maybe Friday we'll try to finish it. And see how this thing all turns out. I don't think anyone wins week 3. I think they're all jammed up now a bit, right? So that's it. All right, guys, I will see you. I'm going to end the broadcast. Rob, have a good one. I will talk to you later. That's it. Let's have a good evening and a good Thursday.